I want to ask you about the widening of the movement, which has happened sort of in the months since October last year when it was widely tweeted by Alyssa Milano. We've seen since then the widening from stories of assault and abuse to stories of harassment and stories of what you might call mere bad sex. In the case of Aziz Ansari, which I'm thinking of in particular. Are you comfortable with the widening of the conversation like that?
I'm comfortable with the widening of the conversation because we need to have a conversation about sexual violence, the whole spectrum of sexual violence. I don't proclaim to tell somebody what their experience was. People have a lot of things to say about Aziz Ansari and that woman who made the accusation. I'm not going to tell that woman she didn't have the experience she said she had. I will say that we have to be careful about language because language means something. And so if you say assault, there's a legal connotation to that. And so you have to be really precise in your language. But what the Aziz Ansari story did was open up a conversation about rape culture, about toxic masculinity, about the ways that women have to deal with really icky behavior that we don't know how to talk about, about the ways we're trained and socialized to please men, even to our own discomfort. So I'm comfortable at these various conversations popping up, but I'm never going to tell a woman, well, you can't say this and you can't do this and you're not a part of the movement. Everybody gets something from it. But the larger focus of it should be on people who have stepped forward and said, I need help.
Tracey, I just want to bring you in on that point. Are you comfortable with the movement being widened to bring in a wide church, if you like, of toxic behaviour and masculine behaviour?
Absolutely, because it speaks to a pattern. I don't know how many of you have seen the sexual violence pyramid, but along the bottom of it, the wide base are sexist attitudes. That allows, on the top of that, sexist jokes. On top of that, groping and grabbing, then sexual predation and domestic violence at the very top. So these attitudes, this casual sexism, is what supports the worst of the behaviour.
That's right.
So we have to address all of this as a pattern. Let me just back this up by way of anecdote, if I may. This 73-year-old woman emailed me in November last year, and she said, I was sexually harassed on my first job when I was 16 years of age. Now, her boss had dropped her home in a car and he had tried to kiss her. She quit from the workforce, never got another job again, never trusted authority, never told her husband. Now, her husband had died the year before she sent the email to me. And I said, what can I do for you? Can I connect you with counselling? Can I connect you with legal support? I want to support you in any way I can. She said, I just wanted to tell someone and be believed before I died. Now, that is why even what might objectively be perceived to be a relatively minor incident, someone reaching over to kiss her, that has tainted and coloured her entire life. And that is why every incident is important.